Masyado makikita kasi yung handout sa inyo, di ba?
Hindi, 1 hour na lang talaga tayo.
Unless you can either use this or use, mas madami lang to, mas medyo detail na kaunti. So, feeling ko hindi mo. Anyway, okay. So, pinag-usapan na natin kanina yung trophoblasts, right? So what happens when the trophoblast invades the endometrium? The placenta invasion of the trophoblast. Okay, so we have the trophoblast that invades the endometrium. Okay, in the first trimester, okay, the extravenous trophoblasts are highly invasive. Why? Kasi meron siyang proteolytic enzymes that digest everything. So nakakapag-invade talaga siya. It also activates proteinases in the endometrium and it produces urokinase type plasminogen activator. This plasminogen activator converts plasminogen to plasmin, and you know what it does. It degrades the matrix and it activates the matrix metalloproteinase. These matrix metalloproteinases are factors for invasion. And also, these trophoblasts secretes integrin. So in other words, these trophoblasts are very important. These secretions are very important so that there will be invasion of that endometrium. So ano naman yung role ng integrin? Okay? There are integrins, okay, for the extravenous trophoblast. What does it do? These receptors are important so that it can recognize the matrix proteins, collagen 4, laminate, fibronectin. Kasi kailangan siyang mag-integrate, di ba? And these proteins binds with integrins so that the trophoblast can migrate and differentiate. Sabi natin, kailangan mag-differentiate yung trophoblasts. Okay? Now, late in pregnancy, ma-inhibit, sabi natin, early in pregnancy, trophoblasts are highly invasive. But later on, kailangan tumigil yan. Otherwise, pagka hindi, remember, this is the endometrium, this is the myometrium. Kailangan ang placenta sa endometrium lang. Pag tinuloy-tuloy na yung invasion hanggang myometrium, that is an abnormally adherent placenta. Placenta acreta yan. Magbi-bleed forever. Mamamatay, bleed to death ang ating pasyente. That's why later in pregnancy, the invasiveness of the trophoblast must be limited. And how is it limited? By the trophoblast insulin-like growth factor 2 and the decidual cell secretes insulin-like growth factor binding protein type 4. See, insulin-like growth factor 2 promotes invasion into the endometrium, whereas the decidual cells blocks insulin-like growth factor 2. Meron naman pala siyang role, si decidual cells, di ba? Remember, hindi siya yung decidualized natural killer cells. Remember, for invasion, there will be the decidualized natural killer cells, there will be the polymorphonucleates, di ba? The PMN, plus nandun yung mga T helper cells. Pero, meron pa rin decidual cells na natitira. Sila yung functioning. These decidual cells are different from the decidualized natural killer cells. Maliwanag po. We said it is mostly parang puro role ng progesterone. Ano mamang role ng estrogen? Okay. It is important that estrogen has to be there. Sabi natin, estrogen and progesterone are contrapelo. Okay? Estrogen is pro-mitotic, di ba? Anti-mitotic naman si progesterone. Earlier in pregnancy, mas important si progesterone than estrogen. So, earlier in pregnancy, estradiol levels are very low. And this is important so that the trophoblast can continue to invade and there will be remodeling of the spiral arteries. Okay? So far, maliwanag po. Eventually, as the pregnancy ensues, okay, goes on and grows, in the second trimester, there will be estradiol level increase, okay? This increase in the estradiol level in the second trimester represses the extent of vessel transformation. Ma'am, remember the spiral arteries, in-invade ng in-invade. Pero kailangan malimit. Kasi pag masyadong maraming blood vessels, kawawa naman si mother. Plus, pagka masyadong maraming blood vessels na na-invade, baka pagka-delivery, pag-detach niyan, hindi na tumigil ang bleeding ni mother. And this is done by estrogen. So remember, si estrogen ang taga-build. Okay? Si progesterone taga-allow ng invasion. So that's why in the second trimester, when there will now be higher levels of estrogen, vascular endothelial growth factor and integrin receptors are stimulated. Okay? Okay. The trophoblast can also invade the endometrium using the fetal fibronectin. This is the glue of the trophoblast. Okay? Kailangan siya para ma-attach siya so that there will be no miscarriages. Alright? Kasi kailangan kumapit siya. Pagka hindi kumapit ang pregnancy, pag naglakad si mother, malalaglag, di ba? Kasi upside down yung uterus eh. That's why it needs to be there. Okay? Alright, so we talked about the zygote, we talked about embryo hatching, implantation, trophoblast invasion, and we're now going to talk about the formation of the placenta. Okay. Si trophoblast will differentiate into two main pathways, either the villus or the extravillus. Sinabi ko na kanina si extravillus trophoblast. Si villus trophoblast, obviously, as the name implies, will form the chorionic villi. The chorionic villi is the main transport system for oxygen, nutrients, and other compounds between the fetus and the mother. So, kailangan maganda yan. The extravillus will be the trophoblast that migrates into the decidua and the myometrium to penetrate the maternal vasculature. So, magkaiba sila ng role. So, si villus, si anchoring villi, si extravillus ang tagahanap ng blood supply. Okay? Now, as far as the extravillus is concerned, meron pa po nung tinatawag na interstitial at saka merong endovascular. So, si extravillus, siya yung mas malayo from the products of conception, right? Kasi kunyari, if this is the endometrium, nandito si implanted, tapos, nandito si villus. Si villus, ito yung placenta, hanggang dyan lang siya. Si extravillus, siya yung hahanap sa blood vessels, di ba? Oh, hello? Kasi kailangan mag-supply ng blood dito sa placenta. Okay? So, ang mangyayari, merong interstitial at saka endovascular. Ang interstitial, surrounding, ang endovascular, siya yung maglaline sa spiral arterioles. So, again, so we have here the anchoring villi, the one in blue. Sa kanila ngayon magkakaroon ng exchange, okay? So early in pregnancy, we have here the anchoring villi formed by the syncytial trophoblast and the cytotrophoblast. Tapos ito yung mga extravillus trophoblast. The extravillus trophoblast will be either interstitial or endovascular. This is interstitial, ito yung endovascular. Sila yung maglaline noong blood vessels, okay? So eventually, pag naline na niya yung blood vessel, tataba na yung blood supply. If this process is not completed well, you end up with the great obstetric syndrome. I will be the first to tell you, okay, what is the great obstetric syndrome? This is composed of hypertension in pregnancy or preeclampsia. Nandiyan dyan din yung recurrent pregnancy losses. Nandiyan dyan din yung intrauterine growth restriction. Bakit? Sa hypertension, pag ang hypertension is constriction of blood vessels, right? So imagine mo ang may constriction yung peripheral. Pag may constriction, constricted, hindi maganda, defective. So ang imbis na ganitong kalaki, ganyan lang kaliit yung blood vessel invasion. There would be intrauterine growth restriction. There can be preterm delivery. So magiging pathologic ang pregnancy. That's why this step, the placental formation, is very, very important. Diba? So, tingnan na natin. Si chorionic villi, ulit. Sabi po natin si trophoblast mag-i-invade into villus, extravillus, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, si villus, okay, siya yung magfo-form ng chorionic villi. So, merong pong primary villi, may secondary villi, at saka merong tertiary villi. Ang primary is composed of both the syncytial and the cytotrophoblast. Ang secondary villi, meron na po siyang mesenchymal cores, and so on and so forth. The secondary, ang tinatanong lang dito, day 12, at saka yung component ng secondary villi. Okay? And angiogenesis begins at the mesenchymal cores in the tertiary villi. So, ang angiogenesis sa tertiary villi. By day 15, the maternal arterial blood will enter the intervillous space. Ang tinatanong ba yung mga day na yan? Ang dami naman po mga day na yan. Okay? When is placental circulation established? That's the more important. Okay? So, di pareho silang important. Enter at saka established. Minsan merong malupit na teacher na iniiba yung maternal. Basta, day 15 is when the maternal blood enters the intervillous space. But day 17 is the time when the placenta becomes functional. Okay? Sometimes, if the villi, okay, nagkaroon ng, yung anchoring villi, wala siyang circulation, this pregnancy is called an H-mode also. Okay, so disorders of the trophoblast. Okay? So we have here the villi, okay? The syncytial trophoblast, these are the uterine vessels. I think I also have a here.
Toward the end of the second week, small projections of the cytotrophoblast begin to expand into the syncytiotrophoblasts, forming primary chorionic villi. Early in the third week, extra embryonic mesoderm grows into this villi, forming the core of fused connective tissue, at which point the structures are known as secondary chorionic villi. By the end of the third week, embryonic blood vessels have begun to form in the extra embryonic mesoderm of the secondary chorionic villi, transforming them into tertiary chorionic villi. Cytotrophoblast cells from the tertiary villi grow toward the decidual cells and spread across it to form the cytotrophoblastic shell. Villi that are connected to the decidual basalis in the cytotrophoblastic shell are called anchoring villi. Villi growing from the sides of the stem villi are called branch villi. These branch villi are surrounded by the intervillous space and will serve as the main sites that exchange between mother and fetus.
So that space is where exchange of nutrients, oxygen. There is no direct contact between maternal blood and fetal blood. Alright? It will only happen during birthing, during vaginal delivery, or during cesarean section. That's why for RH, di ba? You studied that in biochemistry. I saw hindi naman ISO sa immune system yan, di ba? In the biochemistry of the immune system. Okay, so ito na rin. Chorion is the same. So it's the invasion of the spiral artery. Sinabi ko na po ito, di ba? Invasion of the spiral artery is carried out by the extravillous trophoblast. Nasabi ko na po agad siya. We have the interstitial and the endovascular. Yung endovascular ang nagpe-penetrate. Ito pinakita na po. Okay? Invasion of the spiral artery is important. Now, invasion of the spiral arteries come in two ways. The first wave occurs before 12 weeks age of gestation or 12 weeks post-fertilization. And the second wave is between 12 to 16 weeks. Okay? So yung first wave, invasion muna and modification of the spiral arteries. And then yung between 12 to 16 weeks, some invasion of the intramyometrial segments of the spiral arteries. Only some. Hindi kasi pwedeng ma-invade yung buong myometrium. Okay? Alright. Maternal blood flow is established 1 month after conception. It occurs in bursts. Parang ito na lang po. Okay? So there will be another video. Okay? The umbilical arteries and the umbilical veins. There are two arteries. There's only one vein. Okay? So we have here the chorionic villi. The chorionic villi is the anchor. This is the space where there is an exchange. The blood will be in spurts coming from these spiral arteries, right? The spiral arteries are invaded, are modified, it became big, and then the blood will go into the intervillous space so that there will be an exchange. Asa na ba yan? Galing si Ma'am Cherry at siya okay. Ako, matyaga ako maghanap ng video.
Your blood flow is established. Polyoxygenated blood is transported to the placenta from the penis by a pair of umbilical arteries. These arteries then branches into the chorionic villi and divide into capillary networks at the terminal end. Carbon dioxide and waste products are eliminated by circulation across the placenta membrane and the maternal blood in the uterine space. Oxygen and nutrients are transported across the placenta membrane and the maternal blood from the native. Oxygenated fetal blood travels back to the vein, converting to form a single umbilical vein that goes to the fetus. Blood returns to the maternal circulation for every ventricle, or stopped by the pressure of the other arterial blood.
So these are the cotyledons of the placenta. This is the fetal side. This is the side of the fetus because you have here the umbilicus, diba? The umbilical arteries. These are the cotyledons that are attached to the endometrium. And that's why there are the arteries, right? Okay, so this placenta forms the villi, the spaces where the exchange is happening. There's no direct communication.
But the placenta nourishes the fetus throughout development and is relevant shortly after parturition.
Okay, so villus branching, puro, that's it. And done. Yay!